Hello. चालू हुआ कि नहीं? Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello. So, hello all. Basically, I'm trying to go live. I'm learning a lot of things right now. How to go live with OBS Studios. I thought I'll try to capture whatever I can. At the same time, been trying to learn crypto trading futures. That experience I thought that I'll be capturing here, so that if anyone can benefit out of it, would be great. And if not, at least I'll learn something and I'll document it for future. You never know who might need it. So, what I like to share here is I'm learning futures and options, not options really, but futures, crypto futures, and I thought why not document it so that I can look back at my journey later on. I'm not a pro, so do not go by any of the advices. I've made loss while I'm in profit. Right now, I play with very minimum amount so that I can learn, but do not go by any of the advices or suggestions that I give. Uh, I'm learning myself. Yes, if you have certain tips, that would be great for you guys to share in the comments section. So, first of all, the biggest headache was to set up and learn how to go live. Still, I'm not very good at it. I'm just doing my first trial, and I've just set it up. I think with time I'll be able to evolve, and somehow I've managed to capture the screen that I have. At the same time, I'm also learning futures in crypto and how to make some trades, what to look at, what not to look at. I'm learning, reading a lot of stuff, and I'll just document and I share what I learn. If any questions you guys have, do ask so that I can read, learn, and then share my viewpoint in next video or whatever. The next immediate time I come online, I'll be happy to share. So before we start, I'd like to share. Let's see here. I've been practicing doing a lot. If you look at it, this is where I stand right now. You know what I have done. This is where I am in terms of my lifetime PNL. But I started off my journey by, I believe, August. Yeah. I started off with August. This is where I was doing some basic practice. Somehow I made it, uh, at least I can see more greens. I was basically just trying, experimenting. Then, when I experimented and I thought that I've got certain things and I played a lot with the whole system. My intention was not to really make profit. It is in the longer run, but then I wanted to play to understand the systems, what mistakes I can make. So this is how it looks. It looked like in the month of uh, 9th of basically, wow. Hmm. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, then October, and then the reason here, what you see is in past 2 months, I've tried to create a script which I used in order to do uh, API based, using an API. I wanted to do some auto trade. So whatever you see in the month of 9th here, from here, October and September of September, this is all uh, script. Certain, of course, manual trades I took just to see what I do, but I did make loss. Somewhere I made profit. Then I did not take any of the trades. I thought that I'll give myself some space because I've been seeing more reds. Then I went on to the month of November. I started doing it again, and then you can see here the first day I took the trade and I made a loss, and then the next day basically uh, I made and covered it up. And since then, what I'm trying to see after learning so much, I was thinking that I'll try to make as little as profit possible as I can, because if I master the consistency to make profit, even if it is a risky trade, and just FYI, all of these trades have been very risky, not advisable at all. I'll try to play around in front of you as well, but I've made it a point in my head that I'll see a green, no matter how small it is, and I'll call it a day. That's how I'd like to start off with. Though do get lured in, but honestly speaking, I've not been able to read the market recently because I'm not a pro, and when I see a lot of videos and I see a lot of things going online, people talk about Glassnode liquidity and so many people getting liquidated, and so much information is there, which I'm not really like. I get overwhelmed, and I don't really think that mm, I'm able to. comprehend to all that things, and I can put them together, all the bits and pieces I'm able to put them together. So I thought rather I'll keep things simple for myself. So I'll start off what I've been doing. So over here you can see I have certain few favorites. I started off with XRP when I started off in August, and today the market is like really falling. Now, the way recently what I have been doing, I'll try to continue with that. I try to see like how the market is reacting. I take cues from my selected favorite coins, which I have an intention to trade upon, but only with the algo trading. But I did a lot of manual work also. I like to show you guys. Wait, see, I did. Here you can see so many trades I took. If you like see it like this, these are the number of trades I took. Then XRP, XRP. I think Dodge also must be having some trades. I don't think I took a trade. By the way, I have a limit order on Dodge. The reason I've kept a limit order, and you can see, just for your knowledge, I'm trying to play very safe because I am still learning, and this, and for all of you from my learnings, I'll say that try as small as possible, because firstly you need to really get your hand, you know, uh, you just need to develop that expertise in order to see hands around a lot of things, and you need to calculate, because pro players are, it's all in their muscle memory and they can really play along with very quickly. But for a guy like me who is like learning, it's not really that easy. So anyway, Dodge, I have a limit order. Now the question arises, why do I have a limit order here, right? So the limit order is with the context that in the recent times, uh, let's go like this. In the recent times, this is one day, yeah. If I do it 1 week also, let's do it like this. It's easier for you guys to see. If you see, in recent times, the market has been playing around this level, and the last, when it was here, sorry, see, that's what I was saying, you need to learn a lot your hands. So the market has recently, for the, since the bull, basically it was 2024, since then whenever market has fallen sharply, it has fallen around this level, and this drop that you see was the day when the news was there, around I don't know how many billions got liquidated, the crash that happened, it's around that. That's the only spike that we got. But as per my understanding, this is where it is. But if it is the start of a bear cycle, and I don't know like how the market would go, how it is reacting right now, I don't really rely on too much news, because I think there's a lot of manipulation that happens, or even if they're not manipulating, there's so much information for a newbie like me who is trying to learn and understand, that I get confused. But I'm trying to rely on my own instincts. So this line is where you see it has tried to sustain most of the time, and if it has fallen, this is the lowest level. So what I'm going to do is that if I take futures, I'll put a stop loss. If it really goes, I'll try to maintain my position up till here, and if I lose it, or maybe if I get liquidated because I've put in $1 only, if I get liquidated, it's fine, because by the time I get liquidated, I'll have 2, 3, 4 more days to see where the market is moving. And let's say that I get liquidated and I end up here, and possibly the market might touch this level, the top of this, which will be its new bottom if the bear cycle starts. I see. Anyway, I'm not certain, but then this is what I'm assuming, and I'll keep changing my views, because as I learn, I'll evolve. But I think if I get liquidated, no problem. My intention is this time, whatever in the coming 3 to 4 years, I'll try to buy as much as I can at these levels. Dodge. So from this, it spiked up till here, and I'm assuming the way it maintained its range here, this should be the next bottom range ideally. If not, maybe it can maintain this range here, and maybe 2, 3 spikes which will, but it maintained itself. And this is where I think I'll try to capture, so that I'm prepared for the next 2 to 3 years. And it's not just in terms of futures. What I'm trying to say for here is that I'll try to accumulate dodge in it by spot. I'll create a holding, so that, and whatever it can be like $5, $100, or whatever I am feeling comfortable as time passes, or whatever I am able to accumulate, I'll try to accumulate, so that in the coming few years, if from here or some substantial level I see a spike up till here also, I think the money would be doubled. And of course, it depends upon the capital that I invest. That's what the return I'll be getting. uh, so that is it. uh, so for dodge, my order is at that level. I also have put profit, which I have put for 1.8509. What is that level? Somewhere around here, 1.8509. So not much profit will come, only $1, but I'll be able to probably double, I think. That is what it was. But in this Popcat, you see where I have put in for Popcat. Now, one more thing, Popcat or Dodge, these are not the coins that I like to really accumulate. I strongly believe in Bitcoin. I believe in Ethereum, Solana, but mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. And Popcat is something like I'll put in some amount, and I'll see what happens in futures. It's already at its bottom, and the kind of money that I'll be putting in, I'll be okay to lose even if it doesn't really recover. So that's what I have in my mind. I'm also not very good at talking all by myself. This is my first video, but over the period, I think I'll be more expressive in terms of sharing what all I've in my mind going on. So now, let's say that if I have to really pick, I have to do something. Now, in these, what, by the way, the filters that I have is EMA 20, 50, 100, 200, and VWAP 14. I have RSI, that's there, and taker and buyer volume. Basically, I have here. Uh, I don't 100% understand this. I'm yet to learn. RSI, I do understand what it says. So it is like 30, which is like high sell pressure area. That is what I understand. And so usually people, while I've been learning, people trade basis RSI alone sometimes, and when it is at 30, so they try to take for a long position, or they buy. But for me, in this kind of market, there is though no certainty, I would not like to take any trade. But in terms of the clarity that I have, the trends that EMA that I follow, and from that I definitely feel like I can take a short position here. And I don't know how much, but if I really have to, because it's in 4 hours window, if you see, it's under EMA 200, below 200, and whenever it is below 200, mostly if it is sustains, then it goes shorter bets are more profitable because the market is going down. Reversal might happen, but I don't know. I'm not an expert yet to learn all that. But once I get a grasp of it, I'll share. And EMA 100, EMA 50, and 20 are all aligned. They are all clean and aligned. So I think it's clean for a fall. We might see till tomorrow the same. Uh, it might go up till this level or maybe a level below, but I'm not confident of my thesis because it has no basis, or maybe I don't have the information which I should have right now. That's why I'm not able to take a bet on this. If it would have been a bet possible of $1 2, I would have just to check my theory. Now for Bitcoin. Wow. So Bitcoin has gone to 97. Recently, I think it has not gone. So this is the first time. In the most recent times, it has gone to this level, which was last time when we saw was after a hike. It was in 2025, 6th June basically, and before that, let's do it this way. It's easier. Okay. So you can see I did some trend lines and all I was learning. So here also you see in 1 week it is above, it has been above, you know, since 2023 Bitcoin has been above the 200 EMA, and no matter whatever falls we talk about, it has always been upward, which is a very good positive sign that Bitcoin is eventually in the long term poised for a higher growth. And if this trajectory continues, let's say I'll give it some more leeway. It can be like this also, slow, but I think Bitcoin can fall a little. You never know how the manipulation works, but this is how it should look like in long run. This should be the, so it can go up here, then come here, then something like this. It should play along with this line, but I can be wrong anyway. Let's not bother ourselves with so much. Okay. Now, and the profits that you saw that I made, a good chunk of money in certain. I tried to take some risky learnings. I actually try to learn. So what I do is that I observe here. What do I see? So here, if you see, I've been observing that this has been falling. the reason looks like it has been falling because it reached to a hike and then started coming down. We'll get more clarity still, but it's a fairly new token, so it doesn't really have all the EMAs properly captured, but it's showing upward growth. Now for sample purposes, I'll take a quick trade and show how and what I it's a risky trade, but I'll try to make one anyway. Not now, I'll let this candle get over, and I do keep observing. I keep observing because I'm not in a rush. The end goal is to finish the day with a positive cent, whatever penny that I can get out of it. So guys, you see here, we see 28.80, 28.90, 29. So it made a green. So we could have taken, but we'll not take it again because it's a new candle. It took. Let's say I took a bet. Now my order couldn't go through. But I'll let this candle get over as well. It might go in red. Yeah. See, so what I did is I closed the order. I'll show you my position history. $0.5 I earned, and here let me refresh. It takes a little time. So you see here 0.5, basically 0.49. I don't know what happened. Over there it's showing 0.5, hence. So so yeah, I don't know what to make out of it, but yeah, so we earned 0.5. Now the market is going up again. See, we did everything on this candle basically, right? Whatever we did it on this candle, and we took 5. But this is not the best practice. I don't know if it is at all. What is scalping, or people call it a lot of things. Let's try again. So I took a shot. So here I did another bet and I took 0.40 out. So this is what I did on 1 minute candle again. Again, this is not the best practice. This is not at all advisable. Okay. So you see, this is what it says for. It increased here. Yeah. Now we could have made more also. You see that I did all the thing by $10, right? But if I would have taken a huge leverage, by the way, I have done isolated. That's the best thing I have learned from. For example, I isolated 5x, and there are risky kind of trades also people can take. So if I increase this, then it changes the game, you know. I'll I'll lose more than what I'm gaining. Let's say I took a bet here, so I cancelled. Now I took $100. My bet was of with 5x. Let me show you trade history. No, order history. So if you see my order history, this was my buy 499, basically 5. I took it off 100 USDT. The 5x was the leverage, so 500 USDT. And if we go into transaction history, you see the difference. I was playing with $10, so 106, but I did it with $100, so $500 worth, basically 500 USDT worth buying capacity came in with 5x leverage. And that's the reason I made. You guys can see here I made 5%, but here I only made 2%. Honestly speaking, I was afraid. I don't want to lose. I want to keep it green, and 2.21 USDT is something that I got. So, and then now I would not like to take any more trade, honestly, because just for the sake, because of the video, I can get carried away, and I really don't know which side the market would move on. And you guys can see it's actually falling. We started looking at it at 20, no, yeah, 28, and now it has 22. So chances are it might fall a little more, you know, which it is indeed falling. So we can try. We can try. But I'll let the candle get over. So I did a sell. So you guys see I've took a sell. I've done the shorting, and it's, if it goes in my favor, we'll see some greens. So I exited. I don't want to take that kind of risk. What would happen in the next candle? There are possible chances that it can go down in my favor, but I don't want to take that kind of risk. I've done it in past. And see, if I would have taken, probably uh, if it goes up, then I would have to wait for longer time. It's better to exit that way. The saddest part is, see, I would have made more, but then what you could have done is not the best strategy. That's what I've learned. What you can do right now and can be happy with, if you see a green and you can exit it, you should exit it. That's the best way possible to handle any of the uh, but let's say that we take a, this is 1 minute trades that we are taking, but if we do a trade on this kind of scenario wherein we can see the markets are falling crazily, If you see beat has 28, it has reached to 22, chances are it is going to fall further. And if any trend line has to be established, so if I do it like this, 15 minutes right now, you see not one of the perfect trend lines. Bas. So if yeah, so if it goes below this, then if we take a bet for short, then it might probably fall till here. That is what I think, it can fall. So to test this strategy, we can now, let's say 1.03, because we've made whatever we can, and we take a profit somewhere around this level. Okay, let me refresh, because I was not able to see my this. So we can take somewhere profit around this level, 0.42990. So $1, 0.01. This is where we thought 0.43435, 43435, 0.43435. No, just a second, guys. I don't know. Okay, so we'll make 0.26 USDT, which is 28% of the amount that we are playing with. But I'd rather not take it. If you see here, it has been falling, which I think it will fall a little more, but I don't want to take any risk for today. Once again, we'll have a look at it so that we understand what is it. So while seeing together, you guys can see we today in our trial we made a profit of 3.34 USDT, which I'm okay and happy with. So 1.85%. The thing is, I want to ensure that every day I make 1 point or whatever 1% at least bare minimum I make. I can be a laughing stock for now, because people might be thinking that I don't, I'm not taking the usage of full leverage and all, but I'm not really kind of a leverage guy. I want to really master the art, and once I am and I have enough capital to deploy, then I'll be okay taking that kind of risks and everything, but not now. Uh, that is it for today. I'll try to come back again and we'll share more, and we'll try to do whatever more we can do. Yeah, see, And good that we did not take it. It is going up, but it can of course come down also. That's not a big thing. This is this is the way. If it breaks it, then it's probably going to go down up till here or somewhere around here. That should be the target. Usually people would keep target somewhere around here, keeping in mind how the market is reacting. But that's all for today. Thank you, and I'd like to stop streaming now. Leave your comments if at all uh, you guys liked it, or feedback so that I can improve.